Welcome back to Everything Whiskey. I'm Callum.
I'm Sam.
And today we're having a look at our top 5 Islers of 2020, even though it's 2021.
This is our top 5 Islers at the moment. Alright, so you can probably see our camera lens. We're pissed off because our camera lens, we want to get this in. We got a brand new, I think it was Shiraz barrel, wine barrel. And it's really nice condition, ready to go, because when we're making our own whiskey, we kind of want to try finishing it in it. We're also using it as a little new, I don't know why to find the need. Anyway, it's super nice. You can kind of see it. That's like, this is going to be our new focal point where we're going to be doing our stuff off.
Perfect height as well.
Perfect height. Yeah, it is. It's good. It's a bit lower than the other one. Oh no, it's the same.
Same height.
Yeah, good.
Anyway,
let's
start with the whiskey. So, number 1, one of our favourites. It would be one of the Peated whiskies on this list.
Yeah.
And it's all from everyone's.
They're all very Peated.
If you enjoy Islers, everyone loves this distillery.
Yeah.
Bruichladdich, Port Charlotte.
Yeah, we went with the Port Charlotte 10.
Peated 10.
It's just we've got other Bruichladdich up there. And this one's been our favourite for a bit. I just think the heavily peated, the 10, just because it's so accessible in regards to price and availability, is just a fantastic one. I think for some of these, you can kind of pick and change what, this is like the one that we would pick. But some of the others, we'll get to it when we get to it. Anyway, this is fantastic. It's super peaty.
Yeah.
It's aged 10 years, which is actually really good for some of the peated whiskies you often don't get. Sometimes it's struggle to get age statement Islers and stuff, like without paying for a lot for them, because they're a bit more niche, because they are very challenging flavours. Just brine, salt.
I get
tons of smoke.
Vanilla, caramel.
Yeah, vanilla. Yeah. There's a bunch of like underlying really nice sweetness to it.
It's such a nice whiskey. Probably why it's on our top 5.
Yeah, top 5. It's a perfect one to start off with, because like they're just, Bruichladdich has been doing so much cool stuff for so long. Like they just constantly are doing cool stuff. Like do any research into Bruichladdich and they're just doing really cool stuff. They don't stop. Like they always do so many different releases all the time, and they're just, I don't know, and some of them hard as hell to get hold of, but these ones like this, not at all hard. Like,
and they're fairly affordable.
They're not too bad.
For what
it's
they
like
are,
110 Australian.
$110, yeah.
We're not going to be giving like expansive detailed notes on these ones, just a little quick overview of the distillery and the notes and stuff.
Yeah.
Super peaty, briny. It's kind of like,
if you're coming in, that's a fair point. If you're coming into Islay, I would not start with.
Don't start with any of our top 5. I promise you. Like, unless you're one of those freaks that just love it off the bat. If you're new to whiskey, don't touch these. Go to like a Speyside or.
I reckon there's one that you could
maybe,
slightly
but it's going to be luck. Like it'll just be. But rare.
There are those freaks though that they jump into it.
Yeah, there has been some, and those are
We were one.
It's impressive, yeah.
We just started Laphroiag, just jumped in. That's what
like we were drinking scotch, but like. Yeah. There was no build up in peat. It was just like we heard about it and we're like, oh yeah, we got to try that. And we loved it. Anyway, fantastic distillery. Specifically, heavily peated 10 is a good bang for the buck. Yep. About 110 Australian. We get a decent amount of tax we pay. So everywhere else, just adjust accordingly. Look it up, but it's good. It's really nice. Oh, it's so strong. 50% alcohol, by the way.
Yeah.
Alright,
let's jump into the second.
Along.
Probably one of the most recognisable Islay labels. Yeah. Laphroiag 10.
Yeah.
Not going to be drinking this because we'll get too drunk too quickly.
We're just going to like slow. Whenever we finish, we'll probably be done by the last one, which we'll drink.
I wonder we should be able to fit them across.
Yeah.
Laphroiag 10. Obviously same region.
Yeah.
But this one's got less smoke in it. It's got more brine flavours.
Brine. Yeah, I don't know about like peat parts per million kind of counting. I don't really pay attention to that because I feel like it doesn't give me a good gauge of what it even is going to taste like, because a lot of things come into that. But I think they're both very peaty, but this one is more smoky, barbecuey, and this is, like you said, way more briny seaside. Like the brine, I think the peat funk, like that briny, peaty funk, is very distinctly Laphroiag.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. But it will turn it'll turn a lot of people off unless you're ready for it.
One of the main reasons this is rated so highly in everyone's list of Islas is because it's so accessible.
Yeah.
It's only about 80 Australian dollars, which is fairly cheap.
You can find it,
but it's flavours.
In like America, you can find it for like $30.
Yeah,
you know, like it's a really accessibly priced whiskey, and the way they I can't think of the word. So they're really accessible, not with flavour, but with price and distribution. They're really good. They're everywhere. They've done a great job marketing. Like you see, they say it on all the bottles, and they've had ads and stuff where they'll like say a certain like kind of funny thing that someone's described it as. I think it's on the boxes, not the bottles, but it's like making out with a
mermaid or something.
Yeah,
like
mermaid or
eating a barbecue with a rusty fork or something.
Yeah. Like that. They're probably the most well known out of all of the Islas. They've just with their marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
They're very well known. People know their labels. The green bottle, white label, and yeah, they're good.
And it's only 40%, which is
40%. Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't taste like 40%
No,
because of that the complexity of the flavors, and for the price, how much complexity you actually get out of it is really nice.
But also, like, if you are stepping into Islay, you've maybe like experienced peat a few times, and you want to get to the peat, but you don't want to have the alcohol be bumped up in a huge way as well. You just want the peat.
Yeah.
Then 40%. It's not going to blow your socks off in alcohol. You can just focus on the flavour.
Yep.
All right, next one. We'll do Lagavulin 16. This is the one that I'd say is neck and neck with this in how much people know about them, even people that aren't whiskey people, probably because of the stuff that Nick Offerman has done, just like all the ads and all that. It's got a lot of publicity around it. It's very, very popular. It is by far one of my favorites. Like, my God, is it balanced. Like, this is probably the most approachable because there's some really nice sweet
this is what I was going to say would be, out of this list, the most approachable for a beginner trying to get into Islay.
Yeah, definitely. It's still like got a peat punch and a bunch of wood and stuff.
Bunch of brine as well.
Yeah, decent amount of brine, but it's also on the other side got some really nice caramelly, fruity, like kind of nice calmer notes. But they come together to just be so cohesive, and it's just a wild ride. It's so good.
Yeah, that's what I like. It's like the tie between Ardbeg and Laphroiag.
Yeah.
It's like a crossover, and this is...
But also, like, if you put Glendronach 12 in the middle as well, it's got some sweet,
it's not so much sherry, but it's
not sherry, but yeah, it's got some nice friendly notes in there as well. You just kind of have to find them beneath all the other stuff. But yeah, this one's a bit more expensive. In Australia, you can get it for probably 110 to 130.
It's a bit more than that between. It's like 130, 140 now.
Yeah, it depends where you go. Prices fluctuate a lot in Australia. Sometimes little boutique stores we've found have had really good prices because they don't even know what they've got. But in general, you're going to be paying about 125, 130, sometimes 140. It's a lot. I don't know what the circumstances in wherever you live, but I know it's a lot better for people in like America and stuff. But just giving you what we know.
And why did we choose this over the 8?
The 8 is far more pointy and punchy, and it's bright and spiky. Like, it is a really nice whiskey. It'll throw you around. It's nice, but I know it sounds stupid. Obviously, it's younger, but it really tastes younger. It tastes more bright, less developed. This is like perfectly developed. Like, it's so rich and smooth and cohesive. The 8 is good, and definitely try it. It's cheaper. Not a ton cheaper, but it's definitely cheaper. It's about $100.
Yeah.
But if you're wanting, to kind of see the gold standard, what Islay should be kind of thing, like if you're going to put one bottle up that says represents the whole category well, Lagavulin 16 is the one.
Yeah.
I reckon. In my eyes, I reckon.
It's 43%, so it's on the lower end of the scale, but same with Laphroiag, the flavours and complexity is still there.
Yeah.
I reckon next we'll jump up with the Ardbeg Uigeadail.
Yeah.
The Uigeadail.
The Uigeadail. Whiskey.
This is one of my favourite whiskies of all time.
So good.
Just it's got everything that the 10 has, just ramped up a little bit more. I think it's 50% or something. What is it?
It's a bit more than that, I think. It's like, what is it,
54.2.
44, yeah.
So it's up there. It's what the highest on the barrel at the moment.
On the barrel, yeah. Ardbeg is just like you. Okay, so this is the one that we've really loved lately. But you can totally just cycle this through all the Ardbegs. They're just so consistently amazing. They do even more than Brookladdick do with like their committee releases and all these different, like they had the black and they had the Wee Beastie is a new core line. It's a 5-year, but it's new as well.
Yeah.
And they had what was the other one? There was the black, and then there's the drum.
There's heaps.
There's so many, and some of them are like $4,000.
Yeah.
And other ones are just not. They're like decently priced, like $150 for a committee release and stuff. And they're not to get out whiskey that has no age statement. They're to just offer interesting things that they're not going to put like a ton of product in, to their core stuff. They're not going to risk that. They'll put in like a smaller amount and do some more experimental stuff. But they got loads of crap going on. But if you want like the base level Ardbeg, go for the 10. It's fantastic. You can't lose if you like Islay. It's really good. It's like Kelly said, it's like kind of the opposite side to Laphroiag, but still obviously in Islay. There's like the brine side that's Laphroiag, and then there's the barbecue side, and that's this. It's like it's more salty and meaty and kind of like, I don't know. It's a great one though.
Plus, it's gonna be a list without these two. They're the two main cornerstones of Islay whiskey.
Well, these three, I reckon. Yeah. These three are like
they're all like.
What's your favourite words? Yeah, it's quintessential. I've definitely overused that word, but yeah, the Uigeadail is probably our favourite at the moment. But we've had the Anoa, the Corey Vrecken, we've had a few. I can't remember. We've had a fair few of them. And they've all been fantastic. The Anoa is less peaty, more rich and deep kind of flavouring. The 10 is more peaty, spiky, but still well developed. This is like really well developed, but super like challenging and like strong, heavy-handed like barbecue notes, and a bit more brine. But fantastic, yeah.
What's our last one? I think I'm gonna finish my glass of this yet.
We have to.
Alright, so this is interchangeable for any of their releases basically. Yeah. We've gone for the Octomore.
Yeah.
This is the 10.1, which is the second latest one.
Yeah, they're on 11, I think, at this point.
We've had the 7.1. I would personally put the 7.1 higher than this. Just because
not by much, but it had more like.
It's got more peat, more blue cheese. It's got things that I love in.
It's just
in the Octomore.
Strongly flavored, like it's just intensely flavored. Like this is the Islay of Islas. Like if you're looking at Islay as the most challenging kind of category of Scotch, Octomore is the most challenging category of Islay. Like it,
and it's also the most expensive.
And it is also the most expensive. This is one of the cheaper ones, but it's still like what, $250?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not wasting any of that.
No, I want to. Yeah, you can. There's a trick to like you wipe it, tip some on your hand, and then. Oh, god damn! It's savoury.
I said before it's not as peaty. It is still bloody peaty.
So peaty. Octomore. I don't know about all of them, but like Octomore as a line is the most highest peat parts per million whiskey in the world. And as I said, it doesn't always translate to how much peat you get in your like flavor wise, but to be honest, I think it does in this case. Like it's always just so goddamn strong. Like the flavor is just intense. Like, oh my god.
Yes, this is 107 peat parts, but let me just double check before I blur that out.
Okay, this one's 208. And that
it's
107.
So yeah, it's a whole lot less peaty.
But it doesn't really taste significantly less. Like there's a different taste, but it's not like, that was peaty, this is nothing. Like I'm still like, holy goddamn, this is peaty.
I get a little bit more fruit.
Yeah.
A bit more nuts out of this
That
one.
goes so deep into like peat and brine that it ends up into cheese, like
it
cheddar.
Is literally. It's literally blue cheese.
Yeah, like it's heavy, like aged cheddar and blue cheese. Like it's so nice though. Oh, makes you throw your head. Woo! Throw your head back there. The alcohol is the other thing you're contending with. It's not just the flavor. This is 60%. It's 59.8%. So it's 60% alcohol.
Yum.
Scotches, you know, that's about as high as you get often. You can get a bit higher sometimes, but this is really hitting like the top end of the alcohol, and you get that in that heat and the concentration of the flavors.
Warms your entire body up.
Yeah, and the flavors are so concentrated. They're just like constant uppercuts. They're not like messing around. Like all the flavors just hit you at once. You really gotta just like, just kind of get thrown around. Like go with it. Just like let yourself be knocked around.
And what I meant by interchangeable with all these other releases is that you realistically can't go wrong if you're into Islay. And they're all extremely peaty, just some are more peaty than the others.
And with Octomore, like you're probably going to have a very similar experience with all of them because they're just so extreme in flavour. Might not get the exact one. Like these numbers they go through is their releases. And then so like 10, it's like the 10th release, and the point is like a certain level of, I don't think it's peat, but it's something to do with like, they're different, but it's their 10th release. But you can't get them once they're sold out. They're particular releases. Once they're gone, they move on to the next one. They're currently at 11, 10's still out, 11's still out, but 10's running low now, and then they're just going to be on 11, then they'll move, and vice versa. It's just going to keep going. So don't try and get like the 7 or whatever. Just go for what's available, because they most of the time it's either 1 or 2 releases they've got at once, and the tail end one is going to be slim in stock. This basically disappeared off the shelves in like 2 days.
In our local bottle shop, which is huge, they have basically everything. They got 1 or 2 in stock.
They got 2 bottles.
2, and I got 1 of them.
Because it's limited. I mean, it sounds like a big amount, but it's like 40,000, was it?
There's only 42,000 releases.
42,000 bottles
worldwide,
which is nothing. Like it's very difficult. Don't try and get the ones that we have or whatever. All of them are hard to find. Just get what is available and that you can afford, obviously, because they are very expensive. But that's our list. Let us know what you think of it, what you would have on your list, what you would think would be better off to the side and something else being replaced by. We'd be really interested to know if there's some things that we haven't even tasted. Like I'd love to know if there's some Islas that are some like kick-ass that we don't know about. I'd love to try it. So let us know. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Everything Whiskey. If you liked it, leave us a like. If you want to see future episodes from us, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. If you do, we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers.